The mission of the Inattentive ADHD Coalition is to ensure that children with inattentive ADHD are diagnosed by the age of 8 and that adults with inattentive ADHD receive prompt and accurate diagnosis when seeking help. To learn more about our mission and how you can help, visit iadhd.org.
Hello, Andrew Wilcox. I'm Catherine
Hi.
Ellison. I'm a journalist and author of several books, including the family HD memoir, Buzz, A Year of Paying Attention. I'm so happy to be talking with you today. Are you talking with us from your college?
No,
From
this is from my room, from my home.
in Maryland?
Yes, in Maryland.
But you're a rising sophomore in college, right?
I am at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Aeronautical University, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been interested in aeronautics for a long time?
Mostly space flight. I've been interested in space probably since I was like 3 years old.
Well,
I'm happy to be working or hopefully pursuing a degree to work in the field. That's always been my dream.
what do you see yourself doing with it?
My major at Embry-Riddle is spaceflight operations. That could lead me along a path of being a mission control person. I could be a launch operator or a satellite operator, a mission director or something in that line working either down at the Kennedy Space Center for like launches, or I could be in Johnson Space Center in Houston, something with the operations with the space station, or any number of other places that do launches or just mission operations in general.
Pretty exciting. What do you like so much about that field?
I've always thought that space is cool. It's just always been my thing. It's amazing. The moon landings, a modern day calculator has more power than what we use to land on the moon. That just blows my mind. How much we did with so little. I've just always thought it was cool.
Sounds pretty good. Are you doing anything about that this summer, or what are you doing? How are you spending your time this summer?
I'm working on a personal project that's space related for a video game that I play,
Okay.
but it's a replica of the Apollo guidance computer. I play a game where you can fly the missions. I can make a physical replica of the computer to put on my desk and it'll connect with the game. So that's what I've been doing.
That sounds like fun. So you wrote a book about your ADHD with your mom, right? Andrew's amazing adventures with his ADHD brain.
Yeah, she did most of the writing. I was referred to for all the stories. She would interview me. All the things that happened in the book were things that I did.
Uh-huh. So what are some of your best stories or the most fun stories that you provided for that book?
There was
It's
she
your most
interviewed
amazing.
me. She interviewed me so many times.
Yeah.
There's been so many. It never felt like an adventure to me because it's just how I was.
Yeah.
When my mom first told me I had it, I felt a little bit out of the ordinary, but once I realized, like, hey, my best friend has it. Hey, this other person has it. I knew like all these people that have it, and I had no clue. And so nothing felt like wrong for me. It was just how I operated.
So it was fine. You were diagnosed at age 7, right?
Something like third grade, I think.
You knew so many other kids with it that you didn't feel bad about getting the diagnosis?
I didn't feel bad about having it. It definitely made my life a little more difficult than some people's. The diagnosis was fine because my mom's like, I'm going to say this straight up. It's not like I'm telling you you have brain cancer or something like that. You have this common neurological disorder that a lot of people have. So it made the diagnosis very easy for me to understand.
Now, your mom has a lot of experience in that field, right? She's working in pharmaceuticals for ADHD?
She did drug abuse research, Johns Hopkins, I think.
Uh-huh. And she also has specialized in ADHD in some way?
She learned about it a lot when I was
Uh-huh.
diagnosed, and especially for writing the book, she learned a whole bunch of stuff like what I have and learned how to be a better parent to me and hopefully teach other parents how to be better with their kids with ADHD. It's definitely not simple to understand. Like, if you don't have it, you don't entirely understand what it's like unless you've looked into it heavily.
That is true, and I think a mom can either be a great collaborator or your worst enemy.
Yeah, one thing she'd always tell people when we talk to people about the book, it would be like, "Why can't you just clean your room? It's not that hard." I'm like, "But my room, there's a lot of stuff in here. It's a lot to clean it all up." And she's, "Just do it." So then we learned, and I learned to do this with school projects too, or just big tasks in general, break it up into small pieces. So she's like, "Okay, start with your dresser and your nightstand, and then take a break. And then I'll help you work on your big shelf because you have to take everything off and dust it. I have a lot of stuff on my shelves." And she's, "I'll help you do it, but we'll do it little bit, brick by brick, if you will, to get the whole thing done."
That's pretty good. Was there ever a time when you were butting heads with her because of
No,
your
absolutely. Before she started to understand how to look, I'd be procrastinating on doing something, and she's like, "Dude, just get it done." It was not pretty a couple times, I must say.
Does your dad have ADHD, or is there anybody in your family where you think there's some hereditary influence?
I think my dad has it a little bit, but he has his way of getting stuff done. He prints out a calendar on paper, and he writes down every day what he has to do. He plans out his whole year.
Yeah. What else do you think were some of your symptoms that got you diagnosed besides failure to clean room, which is pretty common among
I
kids?
think a lot of people don't wanna clean their room. I would not get my work done on time, obviously, unless it was a class that I enjoyed. I'd struggle to get it done on time. My desk was always an unorganized, just heap of I don't even know what to describe. It was a mess all the time. I would leave class to go to the bathroom all the time because I didn't want to sit in class and do the boring English assignment about some poem. I don't want to do this. I want to do something fun. I'd rather be outside.
Totally get it. Yeah. Was it hard with other
Um,
kids? Was it ever a problem socially?
Not really. I've always seen myself as kind of easygoing, just
Yeah,
go with the flow kind of person. It helps that I was friends with a lot of people that do have it, but not all my friends have it. At college, I had to meet a whole bunch of new people, and I'm great friends with probably like 6 or 7 people. We'll have a group chat and we talk over the summer. I'm living with 4 of them next year, or 3 of
Aw,
them rather,
that's fantastic because sometimes it's a real hard thing. Y
because it's a
Yeah,
small school and we all have a common interest of space or airplanes or something like engineering or something like that. So we all
that's
bond
fantastic.
over that kind of thing.
How many of them have ADHD?
I don't, my best friend from college does for sure. Another one of my friends who lives close by that also goes to Embry-Riddle has it. There's only 2 I know for sure. I guarantee more do, because the people have it a lot of times and just don't get diagnosed or they never find out, but they still have
Y
it.
Yeah, I find myself really drawn to people who have ADHD. Sometimes it's just the energy or the sense of humor. But let me ask about meds. Did you start taking them when you were young?
Yeah, I took them when I was first diagnosed. My mom's, "You're gonna have to do this." So we did it.
"You have to do this," she said?
I didn't have to. She put me on them and she's kinda told me to do it. I'm like, "Okay, cool." It definitely did help to a degree, but then at some point you have to keep upping it and upping it, and eventually I'm like, "I don't wanna take these in high school. I wanna find a way to survive without having to take a pill my entire life."
How old were you when you said that?
It was before high school, so it was sometime in 8th grade, which was I don't even know.
Huh.
Lose track of years.
What did you do? What are your coping strategies that help replace that?
I've gotten in the habit of we use Canvas for all of our assignments, and, do you know what Canvas is?
Yes. It's a
Yeah, so
communication computer program, right?
yeah, professors post their work on there, and Canvas has a nice calendar that shows what all of your assignments are due for the whole semester. I
So
just look and, okay, that's when this is due. And that is very nice to me because then I don't have to write anything down, which I might forget to write it down, and then I'm like, "Didn't turn in my calculus homework, oops."
if it's enough for you just to have it on that computer program, you don't have to have a big poster by your desk or anything.
No, I'm a big computer person to begin with, so I like when everything's on the computer. I type up all my assignments and find any way to get stuff done on the computer because that's just how I am. My handwriting, it's terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Do you do anything else?
And
Provide Do you have a certain structure of your day that helps you with your ADHD?
when I make my schedules for my college classes, I would try to give myself time in between each of my classes. So I
Oh,
don't have to like sit through 4 hours of classes. I would just be dead by the last like an hour and a half. Second semester was a little harder because I had 2 50-minute classes right after each other, but that's just because it's just how it had to be.
right.
Sometimes it just has to be like that, but they were similar classes. It was calculus first and then physics, and they were related. That definitely helped, but giving me time to do my own thing and not just be like, work, work all day 24/7. I need my me time.
Yeah, what do you do with your me time?
I play computer games with my friends. I have a electric skateboard that'll go out and ride around on campus. Well, it's not really
Fun.
a skateboard. It's called a one wheel. I don't know if you know what those are, but
Like a scooter, right? Or no?
yeah, it's a
Mm,
skateboard, but it's got one big wheel in the middle and it's
wow,
electric and it balances and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I bet. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think, like, getting to know yourself, getting to know the way your own brain works is this huge advantage when you're young. A lot of people don't get that. I wonder if your diagnosis helped you know yourself more.
definitely helped me understand why I couldn't just function like some of the other kids. There'd be people that could get their English papers done in half an hour, and I'd sit there for half an hour stuck on the first sentence.
What led to your diagnosis? Was it a teacher or was it your mom who
I
noticed?
think my second grade English teacher said something to my mom, and they had someone come in and evaluate me without me knowing. My parents did some questionnaire
Mm.
or some kind of response form, and then they found out and they told me.
Did that make you glad that somebody was on top of it and helped you figure it out?
I was glad they figured it out as early as they did because I was able to finally figure myself out and be a functioning human in high
Yeah,
school and get ready for college where mommy's not going to be there to tell me to do my calculus homework.
precisely. It's pretty great. How was your first year of college? Was that not too hard for you or was it a big adjustment?
It At the end of each semester, you get the senioritis, and I'm not a senior yet, but it's just like
Oh,
wanting
premature. Yeah.
wanting the year to be done and be like, I just want to go home. I don't want to wake
Uh,
up at 10 a.m. and do calculus anymore.
How did you cope with that? How would you describe your first year? You think it was harder for you than other kids your age?
I think a lot of us down there have it.
Yeah.
I'm be completely honest, we're all a bunch of nerds, and I feel like it's a lot of us down there have it.
What's the
Um,
nerd ADHD relationship? I thought nerd was more like autistic.
Everyone down there's a nerd, and I feel like a lot of them have ADHD. It's my spidey sense. Yeah,
Just
no, I've
each
told
other.
all my friends, "Hey, I have ADHD," and they're like, "No way, me too." And I'm like, "No way," and I'm like, "We all have it."
It seems like everybody's self-diagnosing. Do you think that has gotten a little out of hand with young people?
Not a TikTok person. I shy away from that. I'll use Instagram and Snapchat. That's about it.
Huh.
I have Twitter to look at sports news and stuff. I think that's it.
Yeah, what I'm asking is, do you think that some people say they have it because it's become trendy, or is it still viewed as a disability in a way?
I hate how my school classifies it as a disability because it's not. To me, it's not. But to get back to the first part, I think some people are just like, I don't want to do this. That must mean I have ADHD. Everybody has things they don't want to do. Like, it's just how it is. And
So some people are trying to game the system or try to get
some
accommodations.
people might try to use it as an excuse to be like, why can't they do this? Oh, I have ADHD. I'm like, yeah, so do I. But look at me. I'm in a prestigious aeronautical school.
There you go.
If I could do it, so could 16-year-old Timmy on TikTok.
Tell me more about how you don't think it's a disability. Do you think in any ways it's been a positive for you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm very creative. I think of inventive ways to solve problems. I'm a risk taker. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I have no hesitation to go skydiving and jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
Oh,
Or
wonderful.
I like to go skiing. I like to ski really fast. And my
Uh-huh.
parents are like, you have fun. We'll see you at the bottom in 15 minutes when the old people meander down the mountain.
Now you have a sibling, right? Older
I
brother.
do have an older brother.
Is he neurotypical or less of a risk taker than you are?
He's not as much as me. He'd like to do stupid things. Stupid, as my mom would say, but
Yeah.
not that I don't think he really has any symptoms of ADHD, but we definitely like similar things. I taught him how to ride my one wheel, and he thinks that's fun. We ski. He doesn't ski as fast as me, but he's getting there.
That's pretty good. Do you find that exercise just in general helps you just to get out?
Being outside in general, if I'm like, I can't work on this anymore, I'll go ride my one wheel around campus for half an hour, 45 minutes. I'll come back and I'll get what I was thinking about done. It's just
Yeah.
being outside and away from. Don't get me wrong. I love to be in front of a computer and do stuff and play video games, but at some point I need to be outside.
That's healthy. It's good that you can be.
Yeah, just this morning I went riding for 3 hours with one of my friends. So
3 hours, wow. So, do you tell your teachers at college? Do your teachers know that you have ADHD?
yeah, I tell them because I can get accommodations for teacher copies of notes, and I can
Really?
get extra time on exams if I need it.
Uh-huh. Teach copies of notes, that's a good one, huh? So
That's a
you
good
don't have
one.
to take notes.
I still do take notes, but if I
Yeah.
miss anything or if I can't read my own handwriting,
That's great.
especially for like math and physics, it's hard to type physics equations on a computer. I would just write it down by hand on my notebook, which I feel like for some subjects it definitely helps to write down well, but for English, like I'm gonna type everything when I can.
Yeah, yeah. So teachers, do you find that they're compassionate or are they skeptical? How have your teachers' attitudes been?
In high school, it's been hit or miss. In college, they've all been pretty much on the money for being very good. In high
Fantastic.
school, people see it as, oh, he has ADHD, and they're under the umbrella that, oh, he's going to be loud and won't be able to get any of his work done on time. No, if you learn how I function, I'll enjoy your class and not be slacking off when you go on the lecture about how I can't even think of an example, but if you Yeah. What am I trying to say?
I lost you too. I was
Yeah, I
following.
lost myself. They just don't understand how I operate. At least they don't have to like, cater to my every need and make me a class pet.
Do you feel like it was a difference to have inattentive ADHD versus most boys seem to be hyperactive?
If I'm doing something with my mom, she's like, "Hey, come down. We're gonna do this thing. It'll take like half an hour." I'll sit down for the first 5 minutes and do laps around the table for the rest of it because I don't want to sit down.
Oh boy.
But it's not like I can't like sit still like in class. I'm fine with sitting in a classroom.
So you're inattentive, but you still need to move. And you like,
Yeah, I'm not as hyperactive. I'm not like bouncing off the walls every 5 minutes. But
but do you find if you have a long class, you get restless?
sometimes I'll get fidgety. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally relate to that. I'd love to know anything more you can tell us about your amazing adventures. How's the book been doing, by the way?
I think it's in the top 100 for ADHD books on Amazon. So it's
That's pretty good. Yeah. It just came out when?
Last year, some
Mm,
point.
good.
Or maybe it
Congratulations.
was
What's the reaction been? How do you feel about having your being a public face of ADHD? Is that good?
I've had my friends be like, "Hey, you wrote a book with your mom," and I'm like, "Yes, I did." Because
So
it's
it's
sold in
not
a lot of
embarrassing?
no, I'm fine. I love talking about it. We did some with another group of people, and we talked all 90% of the questions were, "Andrew, what about this? What about that?" And it was a thing for parents with younger children, showing me, a child with ADHD, is in college now, and I'm doing just fine. Your kid can do fine too.
Aw, that's pretty great that you can use what you've learned to inspire other people.
Yeah, if I could do it, and according to my mom, I was pretty bad. At least when I first was diagnosed, I did not have it going on. I did Dean's List and honor roll my first semester of college, so I think
Oh
that's
my
pretty
gosh.
good. I don't know how much better I could have done.
That is pretty good. It's cool that they caught it early because sometimes you get real suck to your self-esteem and that can stay with
Mhm.
you going on.
Yeah, I don't see it as a downside, really. I've learned to deal with the negatives and abuse the positives.
That sounds great. Such a good interview, Andrew. We
Yeah.
just zipped
Oh,
along.
that's good. I
Really
love talking
interesting.
about it.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for when it comes out. Thank you again.
Thank
right.
you. I'm looking forward to interviewing you on a future show. Here at the Inattentive ADHD Coalition, we're making a library of videos of interviews with people with inattentive ADHD as they talk about their challenges and their successes. If you would like to be interviewed, please send your contact information to www.iadhd.org/awareness.
This has been a production of Inattentive ADHD Coalition. Check us out at iadhd.org and see how you can help us by donating or by spreading awareness about inattentive ADHD. Thank you.